Hi guys, it's Maddie and I'm back for another video with my little buddy right here. So thank you to everybody, first of all, who's been coming into my channel since day one, or everybody else who's new. Like, I really appreciate your guys' support, and it means a lot. Like, I did not expect my channel to grow this fast, or I did not expect to get this much support. I was expecting to only have like 15, 20 subscribers, and I would be happy with that. But to show like just how fast this channel has been growing, like it means a lot. So thank you so much to everybody, and as a thank you gift to all of you, I will be doing a giveaway for which hopefully I will be posting what I'm gonna be giving away next week Friday. Just to really, and the reason why I say next week Friday is because I'm still waiting for other products to arrive so I can include them in the giveaway. But for sure, I will be giving away the Morphe X Jeffree Star brushes and the sponges. So if you guys haven't been following me on Instagram or Snapchat, my channel info is down below. If you guys want to check it out, it's Maddykins, the same as this channel name. But having that said, let's just go and start off with the video. For this video, I'm a little nervous to film it, so if I sound a little jittery or if I sound like a little if I look more different, it's just because I'm a little nervous. In filming this video, like all of my videos on this channel have been more of on the happier side, like showing you guys the transition in terms of like a better setting and really just not really like going into depth. And for this channel, like I really want to go into depth of what it is like starting a transition, because when I was starting my transition, I was under the impression that everything was like, as soon as I started, it was gonna be just sugar and spice and everything was just gonna be amazing. Like it was never gonna have like these emotional setbacks. Like for right now, this month was supposed to be my 8-month update, but I really didn't have any update in terms of my body, like in terms of my body changes, except for my boobs. They still keep on growing, so there's nothing big to talk about that. But what I have been noticing, like this month alone, I'm starting to feel a lot better. But in the beginning of the month and towards the middle of the month I've kind of had like an emotional breakdown, and I was at the point where I didn't want to get out of my bed. I wanted to sleep all day. I just didn't want to do anything, and it was bad. But the thing is with me is that I don't show that like I was sad or that I was feeling bad. When I would go out in public, I would always still keep on my face and be like, oh my goodness, everything is going great. Like I was very optimistic. Oh my goodness, I have my coffee fell on the floor. It's okay, I'll pick it up and make myself a new one. But that's how I am. Like I'm a very optimistic person, and just to see like that, the fact that like I didn't want to get out of my own bed, it was just really bad. Like I was kind of like a pessimistic person for a while, and it just, not that many YouTubers on YouTube really just show the emotional side. Like I want to be able to show you guys the good and the bad of a transition. So if you guys want to stick along and see like what has been going on with me this month in terms of my emotional my emotional breakdown, because it was bad, guys. It was just bad. Just stick along into the video, and if you guys don't want to see something sad, you guys can wait on here and check out my other videos if you want, or maybe just wait until I post my my next video, which will hopefully be next Friday, like mentioned. Having that said, I do want to start off by saying that this video is mainly going to be about passing. And when I say passing, it's in the sense of, at least my definition, because everybody has their own definitions of passing. My definition of passing is more of the sense where I can go out in public and not have to worry about somebody noticing or thinking automatically that I'm a man, or that I constantly say, oh my goodness, that's you just hear those words come out of people and you just get scared, like, oh my goodness, that's a guy, or oh my goodness, doesn't even look like a guy, or that's a guy right there, like, oh my goodness, that guy has like a jawbone and super big. And that's what I am scared of hearing in public, and that's what has been going on this month in terms of like passing. And it's gotten it's bad. I never expected myself to be thinking this way. Like mentioned in my previous videos, I've even mentioned that I was at a point where I was even happy with myself and where I was and really just accepting myself for who I am. But for right now, like for this brief moment, I was constantly on the verge of, I didn't feel comfortable with my own skin. I didn't feel like I was really Maddie. I didn't feel like I was really being my true and authentic self. Like, and it just it just wasn't good. It just wasn't a good scene for me. It just wasn't perfect, and nothing was going great in a sense. I would see something that would, like, somebody staring at me, and I would automatically assume, oh my goodness, like they're staring at me because they can see behind all my makeup and they can see behind everything that I'm wearing, that, oh my goodness, that girl used to be a guy, or that girl used to be a boy. Like, it's like, that's how I've been thinking. That's what my thought process was. And instead of thinking, like before mentioned, instead of thinking, oh my goodness, they're looking at me because I'm so good looking, or instead of looking because I look amazing, or they're checking out my body, it's just been the constant thought of, oh my goodness, they're staring because they can tell that specific body part that I have right here in terms of my jawbone, or my big nose, or my big five head that I have, like, they can tell that, oh my goodness, that that's a guy, and like automatically start looking at me grossly. And it's just been an entire mess. And also on top of, like, I look at passing as being a necessary, and for me, passing, it is necessary. I don't want to get beat up in public, in terms of, like, and I say this because there's a lot of transphobic people out there, like, or it's just the given. Like, not the other day, I mean, like, I remember in the beginning of my transition where I was going to Walmart, and I was coming out of Walmart, I mean, and I was walking to my car, and then there's this guy in this big truck, like, I think it was a monster truck because it was pretty big. He starts speeding, and he almost hits me with his truck. If it wasn't for me, like, moving out faster, he would have hit me. And I remember him looking at me, and as soon as, like, I moved, he slowed down his window, and he said, you fag, and get out of here. And it's just the thought of, like, having to make sure that I look perfect all the time, that I look like a female all the time, that I'm looking to par all the time, because I don't want to be worried about that same incident happening. I mean, I've had other incidents in the past happen, but that's just the scariest one that has ever happened to me. And it's not okay. It's just the fact that I like the fact where, like, I have to make sure that I'm wearing makeup all the time, or that my boobs are perkied up to make my small boobs look bigger. It's just like, it's scary. Like, it's not me. Like I had mentioned, don't worry about where you are right now. Like, you're perfect either way. Like, you're perfect all. Like, I'm known for telling people that, but I'm not even living up to, like, my own sayings of what I tell people to say. Like, right now, it's just been, I've been in a funk right now, and I want to get out of this funk, hopefully. Like, thank God, like, I've met other trans people out there who are feeling the same way, like, who have been going through this funk as well, and we're talking out each other's, like about each other's stories, and that's been helping me out a lot. Like, I feel like that's why I'm feeling a lot better, and that's why I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about talking about what has been going on in terms of, like, the emotional side of being transgender and passing. But it's just crazy how, like, the world works in terms of, like, you have to fit in this specific mold, because as soon as you're different, you're frowned upon, or you're automatically just weird. And it's not like, we need to change our mindsets. We need to really, like, be more open-minded, like, and just really be more accepting to the people around you. Like, we're all at the end of the day, we're all same human. We all do the same things. We all have, like, we may be different colors, we may be different cultures, we may be different, like, we may like or love different things, but we're all human. Like, that, at the end of the day, that doesn't change. And at the end of the day, we all die together. Like, not together, but I mean, like, there's always going to be a point where nobody lives forever. And, like, it's scary. Like, it's just the thought of, like, me having to pass just to, like, not have to worry about getting beat up in public, or getting, like, killed out in public. That's all that has been going on. And then on top of that, like dating, that's a whole nother ball game for me. And I recently started dating a lot more and going out a lot more. And I've had this date before in the past where I went on a date with a guy, and this was when, like, I would say 2 months ago. And I went on a date with this guy, and it was okay. We were talking for quite some time over text. We would FaceTime, and it was good. And then it came to the time where we would meet out in public, and the guy is like, he literally distances himself from me, and I'm right here, and it's just like you can tell that he's kind of like embarrassed, or it's just like you like, why even, like, it's like, I don't even know, like, it's like, that's messed up. Like, if you really don't want to, like, if you're really embarrassed to hang out with me, then why even invite me to go out? Or like, if you're like, it's just like, it's not, it's like if you weren't even on a date. And like, ever since that happened, like, I've had that constant insecurity of like, when I'm meeting new guys or going out with new guys, I've have that like thing in the back of my head constantly saying I have to make sure I look good, because I don't want that same thing to happen to me. And it's it's not cool. Like, I shouldn't be thinking this way. If they like me, they like me. They like me for who I am. They should like me for what I am. Like, that I'm an amazing person. I know that. Like, I'm always amazing, and that's never gonna change. But it's just that constant fear of like that ever happening again, or the fear of like maybe me not being like not being as pretty in a sense. Like, I always have this thing behind my head, like this constant like noise behind my head that's always telling me like, you look like a man, you're never gonna be a girl, like, you're always gonna stay who you are right now, like, you're never gonna change no matter what you do. And like, I shouldn't be feeling that way. Like, before I would hear that either way. Like, before, like, since the beginning of my transition, I've been hearing this constant voice. But just right now, it's just, I've gotten to the point where like, I'm actually starting to hear it more in my like, behind my head, and it's just getting to me. And before, I would always just like brush it off, like, just act like it was nothing. And now it's just like, I'm my own worst enemy. Like, I'm my own worst enemy, where I'm looking at myself in the morning and I'm just constantly being like, your nose is big, your jawbone is too big, you don't even sound like a girl. And it's just like all of these things that add up and pile up together that just kind of like really just make me upset. They just, it's kind of hard to explain. It's just hard to explain, to put it into words. But I just don't feel like I really am being my true and authentic self, in terms of like really living up to what I tell other people to live up by, in terms of loving themselves and not really worrying what other people have to say. Like, I've mentioned since the beginning of my channel, don't worry what people say. Like, if they're looking at you, they're looking at you because you're hot. If they're looking at, like, if somebody says something, like, drama, like, it's always gonna happen. Like, that's never gonna change. People are always gonna have their opinion. That's what I always tell people. Like, I can't, like, the fact that I'm not living by my own sayings of what I tell people to live right now by, or like right now, like, it's just, it's eating away at me. Like, I know that I'm pretty. I know that, like, I know my worth. I know that I'm amazing. I know that, like, if the right time is gonna happen, like, in terms of meeting a new person, like, I know, like, this is all, like, just in my head right now, like, yeah. But it's just kind of hard to like break out of like this whole like barrier that's just like right in front of me, where I'm just constantly like being so negative. Like, I'm just being a negative Nancy right now, and it's just, it's not cool. It's scary. Like, I like mentioned, I didn't even want to get out of my bed, and when I got out of bed, I had to make sure I put on my makeup because I didn't want to get clogged. Like, it just was bad. But thankfully, like mentioned, I met other trans people in the community, or other friends as well, who have insecurities with themselves, and maybe like insecurities with like their body image, or insecurities with how they look, or who they are as a person. Like, I've had, like, and it's good to talk to other people. And like, I'm just saying, like, if you guys are going through something wrong with your life in terms of like maybe you don't feel comfortable with your body image, or if you don't feel comfortable with where you're standing right now, and when you look at yourself in a mirror, or when you're looking at yourself as a whole, if you don't feel comfortable with that, like find somebody else to talk to. Like talking to somebody else like really helps, and that's what I feel has been helping me out, because you just kind of have like that outlet of somebody else, like, oh, that person is going through the same thing like me, and they were able to get out of it, so I should be able to too. And it's I mean, like, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing to just be like, yeah, that was me in the past, but like, no, look at me. Like, it's crazy. Like, and it really helps out. Like, I feel like that's been helping out, because I'm not as like upset with myself, or I'm not as sad anymore. Like, I'm a little more comfortable with looking myself in the mirror now, and like, I'm not in bed, obviously, like sleeping, but it's just like having somebody to talk to. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. Like, that's never gonna change. And yeah, I just really want, I'm just like, I don't want to go around in circles, or I don't want to keep going around in circles. I'm just gonna like stop talking about that, like the whole passing. But like, I just really, like mentioned, I just really wanted to show you guys like what has been going through my mind right now, or like what I've been going through, or like why I haven't been like posting a lot on social media, or why I haven't really been doing much. As you guys can see, like, I'm barely starting to go back on social media and be like more active, and or like really just show you guys my life and all. But that's because and the reason why I didn't post was because I was very insecure. Like, I would film something, and I would be thinking that it was not a good picture, or film something, and I would think that, oh my goodness, like this thing is protruding right here, and I don't want to show it. So I'm happily, like, I'm able to say, like, I do love myself, and like that I know that I love myself. So like, that's why I'm constantly working on making myself better, and constantly working on making sure that like hopefully this thing doesn't happen in the future. Like, I'm able to like learn from this experience and be like, it's okay, like everything's gonna be okay. But it takes strong will, because like I had put on my mood board that I wanted to love myself for this year. Like, on my mood board I have like the big heart that says love my own self in it. And it's just like, maybe the world is putting me to a test, the universe is putting me through a test of like how bad it can get, but I'm glad that I'm able to just get past this, and like not get past this, but I mean like I'm able to like overcome. Like, at the beginning of the month, like I was really bad, and like now I'm starting to get out of it. So like, I'm really thankful that I was able to just get this fixed, and like really just like not have to worry about it as much anymore. But having that said, I really just want to say, if you guys stay through the end of this video, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I promise my next video will be a little more happier, and sorry guys, like I'm really just recovering from like a sore throat that I had. So if I sounded weird, or if I just don't look like my normal self, it's just also because I was sick as well. But having that said, thank you to everybody who's stayed through the end of this video. If you guys like the video, you guys can like the video down below. You guys can follow me on my Snapchat or Instagram if you guys want. It's Madikins, the same as this channel. But thank you so much, and I promise there'll be a lot more happier video next week. And yeah, okay, so if you guys, I kind of have like a little quick question for you guys though. If you guys want to see more of like vlogging videos, if you guys can like maybe like leave a mention down below, like you guys do want to see more vlogging videos of me, or out and about in the world. So if you guys want to leave a quick little message down below, it would be more than appreciated. Also, and share the video with your friends. Like, maybe not this video if you guys don't want to, because it was a little too sad. At least I think it was sad. But if you guys want to share my other videos, or share my channel to your other friends, like, it means a lot. Like, support like is great. It's greatly appreciated. But having that said, thanks to everybody who stuck to the video, and like mentioned, please subscribe if you guys want to be part of this fantasy, because we're all here trying to serve a fantasy. I know this year it's going to be a long, like, it's going to be a major, it's going to be like crazy, it's going to be like amazing. This year's gonna be like everything. So you guys want to stick along and like watch me through my journey in terms of how I'm growing in terms of my transition and everything that's going on with a transition. Like I want you guys to stick along and really just stick along for the ride, be part of this fantasy, and yeah. So if you guys liked it, please like the video, and yeah, okay, bye guys. Mwah.